Hello. Right, it's been a while since I've done a hair video, so I'm a bit nervous. I'm just about to colour my hair, so I thought I will video it for you. Now, this is a really good lighting to show you exactly what I've got going on with my natural hair colour. Many of you may know that 2 years ago I shaved my head for charity. Previous to that, I was colouring my hair like all the time. I had like a full head bleach. I was spent about 3 or 4 years experimenting with home box hair colour, so I literally used myself as a pure experiment. So my hair went through like changes like weekly, to be honest, and then since I shaved it, I just have left it. I thought, right, I think going through that whole process of shaving your hair, first of all, it's a really empowering thing to do, but it's a really strange process as well. And I suppose for me, being someone that has always shown stuff with their hair, to have all of a sudden that gone was strange. I was kind of like sat with myself like, who is Jo without hair? Because yeah, you don't realise actually how much we identify ourselves by our hair. So since I did that, I've just let it grow out naturally. I kind of like gone flip side round and just left my hair to see what it does naturally. I've also been really busy. I've opened a salon. I thought someone was coming in there. So this is literally, I think I've highlighted it once just round the front with a tint, but I've had no bleach on it, and otherwise this is just literally my natural hair colour. As you can see, I am getting quite a few white hairs coming through that parting. So I've left it intentionally to sort of see how much percentage of grey I've got, and I want to discuss the options when you've got grey hair, because I think we're all under the impression that when you've got grey hair, like, one, it's bad, and two, you have to cover it up and it means you're aging. I think COVID has obviously been a really good impact on that whole thing, because lots of people, because the hair salons were closed and lots of people just let their colour grow out. And I think that silver hair has been embraced much more. But what happens in that in-between stage? Because yes, when you've got a beautiful head of silver or grey and beautiful hair is lovely, but what happens when you've just got a few sprouting through, or you're just 50-50? Do you cover it up, or what's the options? So what I am going to do now, so first of all, yes, obviously you can cover it up. You can do a permanent tint that will cover it up. What you'll find with that is initially, if you're colouring your hair near to your natural colour, obviously initially when you don't have, is that on me or is that on my phone? When you don't have that much, your root might not be too bad. If you're using a dark colour, it might not come too much, but inevitably we'll start off with this and it's going to get more and more. Once you get into a permanent colour, then you're kind of in that commitment zone. I mean, I've got clients that refuse to see any grey or silver hair, so their percentage of grey hair that they have now is like 100. So they are having their hair coloured every 3 weeks just so that you can't ever see it, which is fine. That's absolutely fine to do. But if that isn't what you want to do, a lot of people come to me and they're like, I don't want that commitment to colour, so what are your other options? So obviously, whether you colour it, if you're not covering it completely, then how you're disguising it. That is not going to make your hair grow any slower. So whatever you do, your root is still going to come through, but it will be less visible if you're not covering it completely. I feel like I'm going a bit around the houses about what I'm trying to explain. So what I want is, I want to try, and I don't really want to colour my hair permanently. It's never really, I think, one, because if you use a permanent, like if I was to put a permanent brown on my hair, you are just so restricted then with changing the colour, because once you've got a brown tint on your hair, if you want to lighten it, it will be warmer. It's much harder to get a cooler, cleaner blonde colour when you're lifting out from a dark tint. It just restricts what you can do so much. And yeah, I just don't like the idea of having that like line coming out, but that's just a personal preference to me. So what I want to do is highlight my hair, just sort of around the front and through the parting, quite naturally, just to disguise it rather than cover it up. So what I've mixed up today is some bleach with Tenvol, and I've ripped up some mesh packets, which are these with the sticky sides, and I've got my pin towel and my comb, and I'm just going to show you now. I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do, and you can either watch or just fast forward and see what it looks like at the end. Okay, so you need a pin tail comb. So what I want is that real like natural look. So like when you've got white hair, inevitably it goes white at the front and through the parting. Equally, if you go in the sun, your hair lightens around the front and through the parting. Like the hair that's visible always is the lightest part of your hair. So I think a lot of people stress so much about when they put highlights in the hair about what's going on at the back, but actually naturally our hair is always lighter at the front. So I'm really like just going to go for that natural vibe colour. So basically I'm just going to go really fine. Now this is harder than you think, doing this in the camera. It's harder than doing it in the mirror. So I'm just gonna have to bear with. So I'm gonna just get really fine sections. And I'm gonna go like this so that it's almost framing the face. So did you see what I did there? So I've done a really fine weave. I'm going to get one of these packets. I'm going to use my fingers to pull it up tight, so it's right tight up to the root, like this. And then I'm going to get my Tenvol. So Tenvol is just the weakest peroxide, because like I said, I just want to lift it quite naturally. And then I'm going to go up, not right to the top of the packet, but just sort of nearly. And you want to make sure when you're up the top there, you don't want too much product on it. You don't want too much product on the brush. I mean, this might not be something that you're going to want to do yourself, but I can show you, and it might be something you want to ask your hairdresser how to do. Okay, and then I'm just going to go again. So I'm going to go a little bit here. You see, so I'm framing the face there with the packet. Coming in there. Again, not up too much. Yeah, like this.
Reminding us of the pointy shoe phase, the dancer's mullet and the kick-flip jeans. And the superstar on Heart. I'm Bandora. You're well this morning. Massive thank you for joining me. We're going to be taking a moment with Ella Henderson in a bit.
I hope you can see what I'm actually doing there. So again, just really fine weaves. Like, you're better to go finer then thicker, just because one, you'll get closer to the root, you're less likely to mess it up. Your colour is definitely going to go through each section of hair, so you're not going to get it patchy. It's going to be even. And it's just going to look more natural. You don't want to be stripy. Remember, this result we're trying to do here is really natural. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this across like this. So we're just sort of blending up. So the colour's going to be most around the front and it's fading out. Just to blend in, you can see I've got a couple of little white ones in there. Again, really fine. What am I doing? I'm going to just come around the front like that there. You know what, I might even just put that whole bit in. Yeah. Yeah, please.